Λοιπόν, η πρώτη συνέντευξη ως Euroleague Greece, ως επίσημη partner της Ευρωλίγκας, θα έπρεπε να φέρουμε κάτι μεγάλο. Τι πιο μεγάλο λοιπόν από τον Μίσκο Ραζνάτοβιτς. Sir, thank you very much for being here with us today. So, the very first question must be about Βασίλης Σπανούλης. What's your first memory that you have with him?
I mean, it was exactly 20 years ago, and I got a call from Oliver Popovic, who played for Marusi, saying that they have very interesting and talented kid who is unhappy with the agent, and he asked him a lot of questions about me and asked me would I be interested to talk with him. I was really surprised, because at that time Greek agents were the strongest in the world. They represent a lot of Serbian players, but never Serbian agent to represent Greek player. And I was thinking what to do, and then I said, like, okay, let's do it, you know, without any expectation, even without expectation to sign for me. I just wanted to have a meeting, to get some experience for the future. First meeting was in this hotel Stratos Vasilikos, close to Hilton. He came with mother, and you know, somehow we had chemistry from the day number one, from the first meeting, and started to collaborate. Rest is history, obviously.
When you first started working with him, did you expect that you will end up in a ceremony about him and about his jersey retirement?
No, not at all. Not at all. If I want to be honest, nobody expects that kind of career, because it is. I have freedom to say this is the best European career ever. But I always said, sometimes you do some business and whatever you try, you have obstacles, you know. Nothing is working. But sometimes in some business, whatever you wish to happen, it happened. It was with him, you know. So a couple of months after we started to work, he got drafted. You know, nobody really expect this, you know. Then it was big summer to decide where to go. Both teams from Athens were interested. At that time, Panathinaikos was a much better team. But the competition was really hard on the guards, and I was like against it. Then I talked with Željko, and Željko explained that how he will use him, that he will play with 3 guards, what was really revolutionary at that time. And of course, you know, I mean, I trusted to him because my experience with Željko was great. Whatever we agreed, whatever he said, he did. So I said to Billy, okay, let's do on. It's go to me, so go to Panathinaikos. He signed. It was obviously a great move. Then we moved to NBA, what we didn't expect. Then in NBA, you know, after World Cup, both of us, we believe that he's going to be All-Star first year, because he killed Paul George and,
LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and
who was the guy?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, yeah, he killed Chris Paul, and you know, but this is also today, but 20 years ago was much stronger. You know, European players are like, you know, second rank for them. And it really didn't work. But Billy is not somebody who could be patient, sit on the bench. So even on the half of the season, he was saying, like, I have to go back, I have to go back. But NBA teams really put a lot of obstacles for this, and it took a lot of time. Summer was really tough. And I can tell you, from all 20 years, if I can choose one sentence, something what was like highlight of career, it was our conversation. He called me. We didn't fix the situation yet, and he said literally like this: if you love me, please escape me from here. You know, it put a lot of pressure on me, but we did it. We did it. He returned to Europe, and it was the most important moment of his career. Of course, we still regret that he didn't make something big in NBA, but in the other hand, he made something incredible and unique in Europe. So at the end of the day, we are fine.
If we put the Vasilis Spanoulis of his NBA era in current NBA's situation, would you believe that he could succeed?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, but NBA is really, for European players, I say very often, it's like casino. You know, it's like you could be great, but you go to bad situation, and it doesn't work. I have great example, and I always say this, in the same draft, I had Žižić and Zubac, same country, same age, same position. At that time, Žižić was better, really better, and he was drafted like 20-something, Ivica was 30-something. Ivica went to perfect situation, Žižić went to bad situation, and today, like 7-8 years later, Žižić is one of the best center in Euroleague, but Ivica is like long-term contract with LA Clippers. So, Billy just didn't have a luck. He had a coach who, whatever he did, he didn't trust just because he is European, and that's it.
When he first told you that he's going to retire, did you try to convince him not to?
No, I didn't. It was really time to do it. You know, he played very long, and in the life, and especially in basketball career, it's very important that you know when it's time to come somewhere and where it's time to leave from somewhere. So it was really time to leave. He could play for sure one more year, but not with really important role. And I really didn't like to see him playing like minor role. And we both agreed that it's time to go.
Which is your favorite, the greatest Vasίλης Σπανούλης memory that you have? This specific thing that is Billy?
It's difficult to say one, because of course all world will remember him with those crucial shots. But it was not only one, it was many of them. So to say who is the most important is difficult, but I believe that it's not the shot. This is assist to Printezis in Istanbul. I mean, this is something what I believe all the basketball people in Europe remember that moment and will remember that this game was really special one.
Before we go to the coach Βασίλης Σπανούλης, I have one more question about the player Βασίλης Σπανούλης and the playing era of Vasilis. What's your memories from the first negotiations with Olympiacos back in 2010?
Was really hard, you know. I mean, decision to do this, you really have to have courage. It's not like today. Today, it's still hard, but it's not even close like it was in 2010. It was really war. But especially, I expected that when we show, let's say, will to go to Olympiacos, that it will be really quick, because it's something what I believe that could change European basketball, what later on we saw that changed European basketball. But from some reasons, they were not so quick and so expeditive. And you know, I remember that was like 5 or 6 weeks. I was coming Thursday morning and Thursday evening going back to Belgrade, you know, negotiating. You know, at the end of the day, we found solution, and you know, Billy moved. But you know, this is a special moment for European basketball, but also this is like #1 moment in my agent's career. And whatever I do in next 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years, you know, it will not damage this one. It will stay forever the moment #1 in my career.
What's your plans for the coach, Billy? The coach Vasίλης Σπανούλης?
My opinion is that he has all reasons to believe that he will make better coach's career than it was player's career. Because, you know, he's young. For the coaches, he is young. If you say that Duda was working until 70, Billy has at least 25 years in front of him, you know, and it's already very close to the top level. Probably I cannot be objective for him, but I talked with many players coached by him last year, and also with Dangubic last night, and some guys, you know, and all the information what I got the same. So big coaches arriving. There is no doubt about it. And I believe, you know, I'm also very happy that I helped there, because it was one period where he was not sure to do it or not to do it, and then I brought this idea, being coach in Adidas Next Generation, what of course he said, no, what is this? But that I was trying really slowly to convince him to do this. just to try how it will work. Maybe he would not like it. To see how he's standing on the line, how players will react on him. And I will also never forget that I was present for the first game. It was first game in Belgrade tournament. It was Adidas Next Generation against Mega. Didn't finish successfully for our coach because Mega beat them badly. But after first quarter was clearly visible that he will be the big coach.
You worked with Βασίλης Σπανούλης, you're working now with Nikola Giokits. The one is the best Euroleague player ever for many of us. The other is one of the best Europeans of all time, even though he's still very young. How pretty, how beautiful is for an agent watching his players grow and become such big superstars?
It's a really great feeling, especially because, okay, you mentioned those two, but there are plenty. When we started,
yeah, those are the, you know, the,
yeah, of course,
the huge stars.
Yes, yes. For both of them and many others, when we started, they were not projected to be what they made. They were like very good, talented players, but nobody would say from Billy, from Marusi, that he will be probably best EuroLeague player ever. Jokic, kid from Vojvodina moving to Mega, to say that he will be 3 times MVP, NBA MVP. I mean, everybody will tell me, okay, you are for the hospital, you know, you need a help, you know. But so this is like really great something, and I especially enjoy in those moments where my kids manage to do something much more. Okay, I have also great player representing like on economical part in negotiation, but I am really proud on my part of building their careers with advices, with moves, and that kind of the stuff. So, you know, I really enjoyed this moment.
I asked you about Nikola Giokits. He was absent from the Serbian national team in the World Cup. Do you believe that if he was there, Serbia would succeed and win the gold medal?
Yes.
And did you talk with him about not being there, about his decision?
No, we really didn't talk a lot about it, because, you know, many years ago, when first time he skipped, you know, I mean, all the country was really against me. So we from that time we decided for me not to interfere in this. And but I knew it, you know. If you know what did he pass this year, you know, so finish very late in June, playing 100 games, but playing 100 games for 35, 37 minutes, never rest, and not only this, he played 37 minutes, but ball is in his hand 25 minutes, you know. So it was really huge spending, and I know that is very difficult for him to continue with basketball 5 weeks after that. You know, next year, you know, I hope that situation will be a little bit different. So.
The Olympics is a big motivation, perhaps.
It's not about this, you know. For him and for others, it's motivation to play for the national team. European Championship or World Championship, Olympics, doesn't matter. You know, all the players in last 25 years, you know, skip sometimes. You know, nobody play all 10, 15 years for the national team. People are, you know, fans are against it, but if you are average player, they're against a little bit. But if you're a star and somebody who grants you success, then everybody is really against it. But you know, nothing we can do. You know, we cannot really explain to the people that sometimes even wish is there that is not possible.
Walk us through this. How difficult was it for you? All these things in Serbia with the Partizan quote, these hard things about you.
You know, this is part of the business. Okay, I will tell you example, because you are from this city and you know Athens. When Spanulis moved to Olympiacos, they tell me, okay, Hilton is your border, don't go up. And I didn't go up for 5 years. Okay, said that they know your face, you know, it's dangerous. Other agents don't face this, you know. In Serbia, when you bring foreigner and foreigner play bad, everybody say bad player. But if I represent this player, they said, ah, Mishko did it, you know. Mishko sent us like bad player. This is probably part of the success that I have, and you know, I have to live with this, and that's not the problem. About Partizan, you know, I mean, like, I really don't want to talk a lot, because whatever I say, it will damage them more than anything else. You know, everything is absolutely a mistake of their management, especially Mr. Zoran Savic. The interview what was given like a week ago by the president, with whom I have good relationship, the only what is true in this interview is that my name is Mishko Radzhatovic. Everything else is wrong, and it's wrong because they gave him wrong information. You know. And I have no problem with this. What is really put the bad taste is that this club has history before this management, and nobody, all the agents together in the world didn't do for Partizan 10% of this what I did. Pekovic wanted to go to Hemofarm, he went there. They got increased buyout. Loverne, Westerman, they never heard for them. I put them there. There was enormous number of the Red Star players moving to them, like Vitkovac, Ostojic, Luka Bogdanovic, you know, and at that time I had opposite situation, that all Red Star fans hated me because I pushed the players to Partizan, what I did, because it was the interest of the player. Vujošević was there, players developing, they play Euroleague. So even if everything what they say for Madar is true, and that's not true, it's completely opposite, you know, they should not react like this, because this cannot be even 10% for everything what they did for them in the past. And also, like a couple of years ago, when the new president and new management came and Trinchieri was the coach, they were in horrible situation. They had the money, but they could not find the players during the season. I put a lot of efforts, and in the middle of season, I took Renfro, Jaramaz, Jankovic, and Zagorac. 4 players under the contract in ACB. I found a way, all 4, to escape from the contract, to come to the Partizan, and to start new era. Unfortunately, their memories are very short, obviously. And that's it.
You talked about the Partizan situation, but you said about your relationship with Panathinaikos, and that you couldn't go after the Hilton border. So how did you fix this situation? Because now you have many players there.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't remember how it happened, but years passed, maybe 3, 4, 5. They need some players, people changed there, atmosphere was okay, there is war is over, everybody accept what's going on, and we started slowly to collaborate. If I remember well, it was Andy Panko. If I remember well. Panko signed for Panathinaikos, you know, and
he was the first trade in Euroleague
I
history.
believe that it was like my first signing after Spanuli's drama, and later, you know. But also, I mean, it's logical, you know. Many years passed, and at the end of the day, they understand that I didn't do mistakes. They knew it also at that time, but just was, let's say, painful. And as you know, it's strange situation. Last year I had no players in Olympiacos for the first time, but we are still in very good relationship, friendship. But I just didn't have what they need. This year again, you know. So now it's like, from 18 teams in Euroleague, I have usually 15, 16. So Olympiacos is one of the teams that I have no players. In the other hand, you see now in Panathinaikos is coach and 3 players. Last year also was coach. This is part of agents' business, you know.
You talked about the coach that Panathinaikos had. What went wrong in this situation last year for them? Because, of course, he is a good coach, but what didn't work, in your opinion?
From my point of view, people around him at that time, I'm not talking about owner because the last year owner was not involved, you know, so manager and assistant manager, they didn't let him make his team, you know, he wanted, for instance, I was pushing very high to sign Petrušev because Petrušev really didn't want to come back for the situation. Red Star, Partizan, both teams were crazy for him. He wanted to get rid of this situation, and the price was joke. Really, he was. I mean, I don't remember, like 350 or something like this, you know. And they said no. Some other guys. So at the end of the day, the team what they made could not follow a special way of basketball what Radonjić is, let's say, needs to be played. And then, you know, I honestly, when they started season, I knew it. It was just question of the timing.
How much he will stay before?
How long he will survive there? I'm sure, you know, people here are laughing on him, but that's not correct. He's the most successful coach in the history of Adriatic League. He was very successful in Bayern. Last year, season before Panathinaikos, he won Serbian Cup, he won Serbian ABA League, you know. And you know who was against him? I mean, the best coach in Europe. So at least if you do this, you are correct coach. And here people are laughing on him like, we brought Mickey Mouse coach. What is not true. Just as we said, sometimes something doesn't work.
In Europe in general, we say that the European players sometimes they're not as great as they used to. There are no Βασίλης Σπανούλης, players like Doncic or Giόκιτς are at the NBA, but we have some Cinderella stories like Αβράμοβιτς, who came up all of a sudden and signed in a huge tournament like World Cup, and he was great with Partizan last year. Walk us through this situation.
Absolutely, he is the hero of the country. You know, he cannot go to the street. Everybody's crazy on him, and I'm very happy. He really deserved it. His path was so difficult, and also a lot of injuries. But there are not so many hard workers for him. But I didn't talk a lot about his beginning. But I will tell you. First, when he was 18, he played for one small team, and Mega took him to be guest in the Adidas Next Generation. He had like 50 kilos at that time, you know. Was very nice kid, you know. And he's lefty, what I always like, left guys. And after the tournament, I dare him some Mega shoes, you know. Then I didn't do anything for this kid for many years. I was not his agent. He played Serbian League for Borac Čačak. Team was nothing. The league is really bad. But he was producing unbelievable stuff. And I went to watch one game. The game was in Belgrade. He had like 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 47. And he made 3 points from 10, 11 meters, you know. And after the game, I decided to represent him. Even I don't take guys from this league. This is not Adriatic, this is Serbia. But I said I will take this guy. We talked and I told him, look, from this league you don't go anywhere. But I know the way. I need to put you in Treviso camp. What was really hard from Serbian league to get spot. But I did it, and I told him, this camp is not serious basketball because people don't know each other. So the guys who need system, they look bad, like Tepic, Kecman, those guys, they don't go to the camp. But, you know, the guys who don't need anybody to score, like Αβράμοβιτς at that time, they look good on the camp. So we put him in the camp, of course. He shined. You know, full court press, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And all of a sudden he get couple of offers and sign with, I would say, Varese. It was like, you probably cannot imagine how difficult it is and how unrealistic it is that from Serbian middle team, this is like Greek second division, you know. So from Greek second division, you go to get one of the spot in Italian league teams where it's open for Americans. So it's not Spain where you have two American. No, they can sign American, but they sign Alex. After that, you know, everything was easy. But this jump is something what completely changed direction of his career. Today, people are talking about, you know, Minister of Defense, biggest stealer ever, about his defense. That's really true. You know, he's a great defender. But what people still didn't see, his guy, maybe with Bogdanovic, only guy capable in this team to score 40. You know, he can really do it. But he put always team on the first place, and you know, and you saw when everybody was locked, he scored in the last quarter in the final like 15 points. Yeah. So I'm very happy for him, really. I mean, a special guy with, as I said, very hard path, and at the end of the day, now he's hero, and I believe that good things are coming for him as well.
Your interview was big for the Sportal family, so we talked with our Serbian colleagues. And the first thing that they wanted me to ask you wasn't about Pardizan, wasn't about Nikola Jokić's absence, it was about Nikola Topitz. And if he will go directly to the NBA, what's your plans about him?
Nikola Topitz is player of Red Star. Red Star is too big now. And it's not sure that he will get minutes. Even they try to promise, you know, we decided to spend 1 year on loan, and he will play in Mega 30 minutes plus. And I believe he will have great season. I believe he's had good chances to be drafted very well, and then we will see what's going to happen. Generally, because he's point guard, I really believe that for him would be great to be drafted and stashed, and to play 1 year in Red Star next year when he will be much more ready to play than it is now. Because, okay, in the preseason he had game against Cluj, Euro Cup team with almost triple-double. And every week he's improving. I talk with him more than anybody else, I believe, in my career, because something special is coming, I hope. And great kid, you know, very smart, very focused. So I believe that in this situation where there are no point guards, that he will be something what will be really big. Somehow, you know, this name is unbelievable. You know, so it's Nikola Pekovic, it's Nikola Jokić, Nikola Jović, Nikola Topić. You know, I mean, I could make agency only from Nicolas.
And we're going to the end. I was watching your list, and I saw two Greek names, Ioannis Papapetru and Dimitris Agravaanis. If you have another Greek player and I didn't see it, it's my bad, but what's your plans about them?
Papapetru signed 2 years deal in Panathinaikos. I spoke with him. He's very happy. He said that this club in 2023 and the club where he played in 2021 have only colors and the names. Everything is changed, everything is much better, and he's very excited. You saw he played a very good World Cup, so I believe that he will have a very important role. No any job for the agent because it's like 2 years contract. Agrevanis, you know, I mean, he was without job. He called me, and it was beginning of September. I was really against to take him, not because he's a bad player. He's a very good player, but it was late, you know. And I told him, maybe I will not find the job, and I don't want to be not successful. That's not my style. So I said I have to think about it. You know, we finished the conversation. 3 minutes later, they call me for Lugo, the team where I have, let's say, special connection. That Nakic got hurt, and they need shooting 4. And I said, like, this is sign, you know, this is sign. So I called, I said that this guy could happen. They reacted very well. Then I called Agravaanis. He said, okay, we are fine. I will be your agent.
It was like the quickest
yes,
job
I
ever.
mean, not more than the 20 minutes, you know. I mean, if he didn't call me this morning, probably I will sign somebody else. If this guy didn't hurt, probably I would not take him because I have no job. But you know, things came together, and you know, okay, his basketball reputation is very good. His emotional reputation is pretty bad. You know, so I was talking with him about this, and you know that he needs to change. And I told him, if you change now, you got a real chance. ACB League. Okay, it's small team, but this is team where Musa came also, and Holats, you know, that's the trampoline, you know. And if he's focused and he doesn't, everything goes well, I believe that he can do very good stuff, because the most wanted position in European basketball is not point guard anymore. Everybody is looking for the four men who can shoot and nobody can find. And I told to my recruiters, so for the next year, okay, you know, put focus on shooting fours, because you know you have shooting four, you sign like this, much easier than anything else. Before was like 5. Now, if you have real 5, you don't know what to do with them.
What kind of person is Coach Αταμάν? Because he looks like a very outgoing guy, a very good guy to be with, but how is he?
You're absolutely right. You know, if I have to pick one coach to go with him for the dinner or for the drink or for the vacation, he's probably number 1, you know. And you know, he found his own way. And so many people he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, complain. But at the end of the day, you know, he's, after Obradovic, probably most successful. He won all the competition in the world. Champions League, this cup, that cup, and two times Euroleague, third time was COVID stopped, and fourth time lost the final. Who did this 4 years in a row? Nobody. You know, and I really enjoy every moment with him. Even collaboration, he is not. He is a really easygoing guy in that sense. I really love him.
And the very last thing, how difficult is to find the next Βασίλης Σπανούλης?
To find? Impossible. But will come by himself. Somebody will come. You know, I mean, like, it happened so many times that I believe, like, okay, what we will do when this guy retires, then some Nikola Jovic is coming. Nikola Topitz, I can tell you, Nikola Topitz in 18 is better than anybody else who was in 18. What doesn't mean that he will be in 20, 21 or 22, you know. But this is the beauty of this job, that, you know, kids playing basketball all over the Europe, and sooner or later, big talents are coming, you know, especially from let's say former Yugoslavian area, you know. And I can tell you that mega kids born 2008, 2009, it's something what I have never seen. You know, there are 5 of them who are like incredible talents.
So, because this interview will be published in your birthday, happy birthday from us.
Thank you very much. We don't say the number, but thank you.
This is for the guys that can Google very well.
Yeah, I will remember this interview probably for my entire life, because it's the first time that I do birthday interviews. So.
Εσείς μείνετε στο Sportal, όλο και κάτι καλό θα σας έχουν οι καλοί μας συνάδελφοι. Ο Μίσκο Ραζνάτοβιτς νομίζω τα είπε όλα. Αυτά από εμάς. Καλή σας συνέχεια.